Hey everyone, Pete Tansley here, and on the line I have Catherine. It's been a great client of mine for the last couple of months. Catherine, why don't you just tell everyone who you are and what you do?
Cool. Hi guys, I'm Catherine. I live in New Zealand and I am a trainer in Auckland. I have kind of made my business directed to female clients and I'm helping them with kind of body recomposition, weight loss, but also helping them with their mental mindset and things like that. So, yeah.
Perfect. Love that. And I remember our first chat months ago. Can you describe what, before we chatted and before you reached out, what sort of like problems were you going through and where was your business then?
So I just remember having no clarity and I had no idea where to put my focus and I felt completely alone. Like I was searching for someone to help, but no one seemed to understand like what my business entailed. So I just remember like being broke, like almost just desperate and kind of, yeah, really eager and passionate, but having no idea what I was doing in so many aspects of my business.
Yeah, so describe like number of clients you had, your sales process back then. What was the reality of sort of the situation?
It's actually really weird to reflect because it was pretty sloppy, but I had probably like maybe 10 clients. I didn't have a sales process. I'd learnt from my training school what to do, but it was really, really cumbersome and it just didn't like feel good doing it. I kind of didn't like doing consultations and I didn't ever walk the floor or try, like I hated sales. I just shied away from it. And I didn't check my accounts. I just always hoped that there'd be money.
The hope and pray strategy.
Yeah. So the impact of that for me was I felt really stressed. Like I also felt like a failure because, I'd gone abroad. I'd been doing my dancing. I was a dancer for 2 years and I came home and I was like, okay, I'm going to make a go of it by myself. Do a business and I'm gonna be great and successful. And I just felt like I was such a stress to myself and my family and my boyfriend. Like I was constantly like worried if I'd pay bills and just like breaking down because I was just putting so much energy in and getting nothing out. So yeah, it was just stress and time lost doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, like you wanted to help people, but you had no system to get there from memory.
Mm.
So when we first chatted, and you ended up coming on board the Impact Academy, like the 3-month program, how did you find that, and what were the main things you took from that, and what was the transformation to your business from that?
So I liked the sense that it was self-paced because once you got into the academy, all the information was there for you, and you could learn it at any time. And it wasn't kind of like something that wouldn't fit into my lifestyle. Obviously, when you're still new in your personal training, you're kind of trying to fit everything in. And as I started to take things on board, it just gave me more confidence that even if it wasn't perfect right now, I still knew that there was a way forward and that once I did implement the changes that I would be doing, I just felt so confident going to work. Even though if it wasn't right then, I felt like right then nothing had changed, but I was like, I know this is going to work. And
yeah.
I was like, this will work. And it's just gave me that inner peace. And yeah. It has worked and it didn't, it took time and there was a point in the program where I'd almost given up and I was like, oh, I've wasted all this money on this, that's not working. And then I redid all of the work again and I was like, there was so much movement the first time. It's not a program, like for me, it hasn't been a program you just do, you learn and then you stop. It's an active program because you're constantly like re-understanding and reapplying every time you master something, there's more to master. And I remember when I first started, I had the wrong idea about what it was. I was like, I remember asking you, should I implement this later and just learn about it now, or should I start doing this now? You're like, of course you're starting it now.
Totally. Yeah, I remember that.
I not, yeah.
So I know, like, when you came on board, there was some like nervousness, which I think is quite normal. We worked on like your pricing, we worked on this, how to sell, we worked on getting clear on who you want to help. What were the main things for you going through it, like of those that sort of helped you the most, do you think?
Like, as silly as it is, I think the hugest obstacle was my mindset, and I didn't even realize that. I thought I had a pretty good mindset, and I still know that that's what I'm working on. There's still parts to it, but understanding the processes and the logistics, like, they're very straightforward and simple. It's actually just about believing in and trusting. And like, I think I think once I got the kind of processes nailed, that wasn't an issue anymore. I mean, that was still hard to do, but the biggest thing that impacted me was having someone, like having you, to kind of just trust in, and also just giving up that trust as well, and not trying to think that.
Totally. Yeah, I think two things. Like, I think the best clients are always coachable. They just do what the coach or the mentor says. And I think as well, like, people say, I need to learn how to sell, I need Facebook ads, but mindset is the foundation of all of that, right? Yeah, and it was cool to witness that sort of transformation. So where are you now? Like, end of the program, we've got the before story, and we fixed a lot of those things. Where are you now? What's business and life like currently?
So at the start of the program, you kind of asked us to do like a vision into the future. And I actually reread that, and I am in that vision, like, essentially. I'm earning the income I'd planned, which is double what I was when I first started. I'm in a boutique gym, which is where I want to be. I'm training female clients only because that is my passion. And I have more time to plan on my future business goals, not just logging through and getting through the week. And yeah, I'm living in an apartment that has, like, I waited for the right place, and it's just perfect. The place I'm at has a room and a studio, so that's like my creative space, and it's, it's like literally what I'd written down has come to pass. And it's the freakiest thing, because I was always like, that would be nice, but not me. And it's just been natural. It hasn't been forced. It's just fallen into place. Yeah.
That's I haven't heard you say that before. That's freaky, but it's not. It's like surprising, but I've heard that so many times before that it's not surprising, but it's come true. Yeah, epic. And the thing I love most, like the theme here, is like you're in control now. You're in control of your income, of the days you work. Like you said, Friday is like an admin, get stuff done day. You're in control, whereas before I think a lot of that was not in your control.
No. I had 4 jobs when I first started. Yeah. I had 4 jobs, and I was like having breakdowns. I had crashed my car 2 times last year. My stress levels were just out of control. Yeah.
Totally. It's like you're a different life now. 2 or 3 lessons.
Sorry?
It's a bit of a shaky audio, I think. I said, what were like the 2 or 3 top lessons you learned along the way?
Top lesson, I think, for me was allowing myself to believe I could be a successful trainer, like financially, because I have very low self-worth. And so for me, rising up and letting myself see myself first off as like, I am a successful trainer, rather than hoping for, being like, no, this is who I am. Second of all, I think I learnt like the hard way, that nothing comes unless you follow the process, where you can't just kind of read the information, watch the videos and expect it. You know, once you just know a few things that's happened, you've got to put in hard work. Like you have, like I have, you know, there's been weeks where I've just done nothing and it just slows me down. And at the end of the day, I've got myself to answer for that. And the more you become accountable to yourself and to you, like show up in the calls and actually, like, it's hard sometimes because you just want to kind of bury yourself in the sand. But sometimes that's when you have to go on the calls, actually continue being accountable, because you'll learn the bit of information you need for that week to keep going. And as well, like in our industry, because you are a solo entrepreneur, like you're your own business, you sometimes just end up getting so down because you don't have anyone else to talk to. And I think having that support was just like what kept me alive, like in the business, in the industry. And third lesson, yeah, I guess I learned a lot about sales and marketing, like practical things that I just, you know, I've always wanted to know, and it made it more simple.
Yeah, and yeah, awesome. I think they're great lessons. I think the biggest thing is you applied yourself, you did the work, you started as a beginner, and now you're on your way to mastering some of those things, which is awesome. If someone was in your shoes, you know, let's say 6 months ago, and they're watching this and they're on the edge about joining this program, is there anything you'd say to them if they're a bit sort of hesitant?
So to put it in context, the amount of money that it cost to sign up was pretty much all I had in my account. I remember asking Pete, are you sure that you're not going to scam me? Because I was scared it was a scam. And I was very, very on the fence at the very end. Was like, maybe I should be practical. I shouldn't waste my money on something. I need to save this money. And then something just said in my brain, you need to invest in yourself. This will be well spent, will come back to you. It has come back to me, and I feel like if I hadn't have done that, I hate to think where I'd be now. Like, I just had so many issues that I had not been told what to do. No, like, I think just do it. Just do it, yeah.
Love that. Yeah, I still remember that chat so well, that initial chat.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm in New Zealand, you're in Australia, how do I know this isn't a scam? And like, I remember, and yeah, it was a legitimate question.
I'd been scammed before, so my scam alerts were like really high.
Yeah, your scammometer was up.
Yeah.
Hey, in the spirit of like full transparency, is there anything we can do to make this course better, to get quicker results? Like, how could we improve it?
Well, I had a phone call with you earlier privately, so I would say this for anyone who's listening. What I thought could be improved on the program was just having scalability of like your funds, because there was like maybe one point in the program where I didn't feel like I had the money to invest to do the activity to continue my business. And I was like, maybe just have another way to do that doesn't cost so much money, which was, and in hindsight, it's nothing now. And yeah, it was just that. And then I think there was something else. Yeah, but I kind of revoke it, because I was like, oh, is there a way you can pay someone to do your ads and just offload that? But it's like, I realize now, I'm like, actually, great to offload, but you need to learn, because if you're going to run 1,000 adverts, you should just start learning.
Totally.
Yeah, no, I think the program's fantastic, and you're always adapting it. Even my time in the program, I've seen it evolve. So, like, you're continually making it better, and you're continually asking for feedback. So it just gets better anyway. So it's not
awesome. Awesome. Well, I think that's a pretty good wrap of what you've achieved, and some good advice for those on the fence. Guys, if you need any help with this, please ask me. If you want results like Catherine has achieved, then please reach out. We can have a chat, and we can see if it's a good fit for you or not. But Catherine, thanks so much for your time and honesty.
No problems.